first discovered Yellow Magic Orchestra in 2015 from the Retronauts podcast. One of the things that they talked about is how Yellow Magic Orchestra kind of like inspired a lot of early video game music. The first song that really stuck out to me was Raideen. Oh man. When a song hits you with a melody like that, within like the first two bars, unfortunately recently, probably the most famous member of the band, Ryuichi Sakamoto, he died. Interestingly, as big a fan as I am of Japanese music and Japanese composers, like I love Joe Hisaishi, love Yoko Shimomura, Nobuo Uematsu, Yasunori Mitsuda. If you know those names, you know what I'm talking about. But for whatever reason, his music, I never listened to it. I just never got exposed to it. Outside of the one Yellow Magic Orchestra track that I basically listen to all the time. Actually, right before he died, I started listening to Yellow Magic Orchestra again. And let me tell you, I've never been good at exposing myself to new music. Like I'll hear a song that I like and I'll listen to that a lot for like a month or two. And then every time I find a new one, but it's not like constantly coming in. The more I listen to music and the more I'm exposed to it, the more I realize what I really like in music. A jammin' beat and an incredible melody. Listen to this. Oh man, come on. There's very little better when a song just speaks to you and it's immediate. You just hear it, you're like, oh, this is it. This is it right here. It's great when a song grows on you too. But when a song gets you like right away with that melody, oh! I told you about my recurring dreams. Whenever I'm too hot at night, I have this dream where I'm trying to run and I just cannot run. Like I'm just like totally paralyzed and I can just barely walk and I'm trying to run. And like somebody else is just like walking faster than me and I'm like exerting all my effort to run. It's really annoying actually. This is probably cliche and corny to say, but it's super cool how music is a universal language. Maybe musical taste is not, but music itself. And it's kind of weird how if you played a song with a specific mood, no matter what language somebody speaks, they'd all probably agree on the mood of the song. Speaking of great music, man, The Weeknd, just great song after great song. I used to fall into the trap much more easily of looking at something that was really popular and being like, nah, I'm not interested in that. That's too popular. Why would I ever like it? As I've said before, there is a reason things are popular. Okay, this summer is the summer that I'm finally going to do it. I'm gonna make this setup workable for working outside. The sitting configuration will be no problem because we've already got a table, we've already got chairs. The only thing I'll need is a little cardboard box that I can put over the laptop so that it blocks out the sun. And I'll probably also need noise-canceling headphones, which I actually have. I bought these for mowing the lawn. And for the most part, they're fine, but I wouldn't want to use them all day because on my ears, they fall out all the time. As soon as I start talking, they fall out. As soon as I start eating, they fall out. As soon as I'm just sitting there being greasy, they fall out. But yeah, if I can also get a nice standing desk situation out here too, like maybe just put this desk on top of something, and then that'll be the standing configuration. Oh, also a new episode is out on Patreon right now. Patreon is the best way to help us make more videos, in case you're interested in what the best way is. You know, smell really is one of those things that, for me in particular, I do not notice it like 95% of the time. Maybe 99% of the time. But now that I have leather seats, whenever I get into my hot car, it immediately reminds me of my grandma's old car. And I always thought it smelled that way because that's what she smelled like her perfume or something. Turns out it's just hot leather. Hey grandma, you smell like hot leather. It is deceptively cold out today. I know I just said the car's hot, but that's because the sun is out. That is why I'm wearing my jacket. What was I gonna say? I felt like I was gonna say something. Was I gonna say something? Wow, it has been way too long since I've just gone out somewhere and explored. I miss it so much. Oh, I miss it so much. Going somewhere and exploring is fun, especially when you do it with other people. But when you're by yourself filming a video and exploring, oh, one of my favorite feelings in the world. I'm sure I've said it before, but I want to get around to actually exploring the US. I live in this country. It's so accessible. There's so many cool places I could go explore and make videos of. I just haven't. I'm sure if I actually did it, it would be very exciting, but the appeal of it doesn't immediately jump out to me. Oh, this is a cool little secret path. I mean, like, look at this. This is my own backyard, and I've barely explored this place at all. Although, to be fair, I don't think really anybody has. Here's a tidbit you may not know. After my 2019 trip to Japan, I had decided that I would go back every year and make videos. And then of course we all know what happened, COVID happened. It is now 3 years later. It is gonna be 4 total years since I've been to Japan when we finally get there this year. And I was talking with Daryl the other day and I was telling him about that. And he wondered, well, if I went back every year, would that make the videos less special? And would they just kind of get boring? But if you take the Venn diagram of people who can make really good videos, who can speak Japanese, and who have an interest in mountain climbing and the outdoors, that Venn diagram is fairly small. And at least my current thinking about it is that if you have something that you can give that is very specialized and unique, there's no reason to feel bad about giving that and only giving that. Like Bob Ross painted the same paintings for 40 years, and people loved him, and they love him now. But nobody ever said, oh, Bob Ross, he should paint something else. I don't know why I have it in my head that you need to be a jack of all trades and have something really unique and new every time you make something. Although I will say, I listened to the most recent episode of This American Life, and they were talking about the people who played in the orchestra pit for Phantom of the Opera. There were people who played the same show for 40 years. Now, having a specific voice and having a specific style and you give a new piece of that all the time, that's one thing. But doing literally the exact same thing for 40 years, I feel like that is maybe a little bit of a waste of time. I don't know. Why are there always mattresses? Like, I understand a lot of trash, but just mattresses. Why are there mattresses out in the wild? Let me rephrase, this is 110% not the wild, but why are there mattresses outdoors? What is this? Yo, I can't even imagine where this trash is coming from. Antoine Fisher. The disc is still in there. Full screen edition. Ugh.
That's some shoes. I believe I mentioned recently that I'm really into repairing stuff, and I think a big part of it is when I see just piles of junk, just stuff that is not being used and it's just has no purpose anymore and it's just garbage. Oh, it makes me so sad. Oh, so sad. That's a tight squeeze. Wow, nice day, dude. Winter is still grasping on for dear life, but I can feel its grip loosening. It's gonna fall off that cliff soon.
Okay, that will do it for today's 1992 Vlog and Hammer Olympics. Remember, the new episode is on patreon.com right now, patreon.com/adventure, $2. Oh man, $2, come on, man. Every time I release an episode, just $2? That's nothing. That's nothing. I wore my extra loose pants for nothing. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Recently, probably the most famous of the band members, Ryuichi Sakamoto. Sakamoto or Sakimoto? Sakamoto, right? Yeah. What was I saying?
Maybe musical taste is not, but music itself, everybody understands. Maybe musical taste is not, but maybe this is why I'm having those dreams.